Hi. If you're watching this video, then that means that you either missed class today and didn't get to see this, or you were having some technical issues when we were trying to do this in class, and you're having to go back and do this after the fact. So just wanted to walk you through what we did to plan for the Unit 2 writing summative today, so that you can get this done and you can be ready to finish planning when we return from break. If you haven't done these steps, then we're going to be taking off from a point that you're not ready to take off from. So it's really important that you do these steps. So usually you can link to everything through this whiteboard here. But there is a slides presentation that you're going to need to access, and that's actually on the module page for today. So we're going to go up to modules. We're going to scroll down to day 16, a lesson before dying, 29 through 31, 12:17 and 12:18. That's lesson for today. And then you'll see the slideshow down there. So there are some documents that you need to get out of your materials packet right now. You need this sheet and you need this sheet. So you need the packet that says Unit 2, English 10, Rhetorical Analysis, and you need the pink paper that has the 3 columns on it. I'll show you a little bit better what these look like in just a moment. If you didn't go pick up the materials packet until you don't have these, you're going to need to create some electronic copies. So you're going to do that by clicking down here and going to slide 2. And you're going to click on this link to make a copy of the planning sheet and this link to make a copy of the idea menu. So if I click this link right here, I get a sheet that looks like this. So folks with the paper copies, that's what you're looking for, something that looks like this. And then the pink sheet, for those of you working on paper, will look like this. So everybody else, you're going to need to make a copy of of the idea menu here, and it'll look like this. So I need you to pause this video until you have both of those documents open and you're ready to move on to the next step. Okay, so now that you have both your planning sheet and your idea menu, you're ready to start making the decisions that you need to have made to be able to jump into planning when we come back from break. So the first thing that you are going to look at is you're going to need to look at which choice of text you want to make. So if you're not sure what those you're not remembering what are in those, there are actually links to those on the electronic copy of the planning sheet, so you can open those up and actually look at them if you need to. But here's my advice. If you aren't sure, if you don't care which one you do, you just want to have one chosen and get it done, I would go with the first one. The first one is probably the easiest one to do. It's also the shortest passage. The next easiest one would be Atticus's closing argument. It's probably equally as easy. It's just a little bit longer than the first one. And if you're wanting to do something different, something that not a lot of other people are doing, and something that's maybe a little bit of a challenge, then I would go with the third one. So if you're having trouble making your decision, that's how I would recommend that you make it. If you're just looking for the easiest, most basic option, I would go with the first one. If you're looking for something that's a little bit different, but maybe not so challenging, or maybe the same level of difficulty as the first one, then I would go with the second one. And if you're looking to do something different and challenging, I would go with the third. So what you need to do is you need to pause this video until you've made your decision and you've highlighted your choice. All right, so now that you've made your decision of which text you're going to do, you can start to record some information about that text. So the first piece of information you need to record is the speaker. The speaker is whoever's name is before the apostrophe. So the public defender for the first one, Atticus for the second, and Grant for the third. So you just write or type the speaker on the speaker line. Pause this video till you have that done. All right, now we're looking at audience. The audience for the first two is going to be all white jury. You're literally going to write all white jury on the line. And if you're doing the third one, you're going to write Jefferson because Jefferson is the audience for that one. Pause until you have that done. All right, and then for everybody, no matter which one you're doing, the purpose is going to be to persuade. So highlight or circle persuade. Now you're ready to move on to working with the idea menu. There are some things you also need to pick out or do to the idea menu to be ready to write when you return from break as well, or ready to plan to write when you return from break as well. So let's go to the idea menu. All right, so the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to X out, if you're working on paper, any the speeches that you aren't doing, or the text that you aren't doing. If you are working electronically, I would just highlight them all and use the paint can to turn those cells black. That way you won't be distracted by them. You won't accidentally use ideas and information from about the wrong speech. The second thing that you need to do is you need to pick 3 supporting ideas. So in each of these, there are more than 3 supporting ideas, but when you're doing a rhetorical analysis, at least or at least at Penn High School, you're writing a 5-paragraph essay, so you're only going to be focusing then on 3 of those supporting ideas and reasons. So you need to pick which 3 you're going to do. So just go ahead and pick the 3 and highlight them. Once you've picked the 3 and highlighted them, that's it. You're done. Till after break. There's nothing else you need to do. You don't need to plan anything. You don't need to write anything. You don't even need to think about this. You just need to save these documents in a safe place so that when we get back from break, and I ask you to pull these out, you pull them out and they have this information highlighted. All right? So we'll see you in the new year, all ready to write this. Bye.